All right, welcome everybody. Good Saturday afternoon, Memorial Weekend. I'm excited to be here with you all. You are at the Dave's Island Ukulele Workshop. We have these every 2 weeks for ukulele and every 2 weeks for handpan, and I'm glad to be here today. Coming to you live from Long Beach, from my house. We're being socially distant and staying safe. I hope everybody is staying safe out there. I know they've raised or lifted some restrictions, and we're kind of can go to the beach and stuff like that. So that's pretty fun. But just wanted to let you know, for all those that are new here, this does happen every Saturday at every other Saturday at 1 p.m. We previously, when the shop was open, we used to have a free ukulele beginner class, or for novices, just to warm up or get your ukulele learning on. And now we're just doing it live because of these times. And it's pretty exciting. I kind of like it because we can sit here and reach a lot more people, and you guys can sit in the comfort of home and learn a little bit of ukulele. First things first, how's everybody doing? Let's see, every day, if you guys know what I'm talking about, keep on strumming ukulele. So, first things first, I'm going to give out in the chat, let's see, I'm putting it up here. Here is the link. Hopefully you guys see that. There's the link for the beginner sheets, and this next link is for it's Ukulele Social, and that would be our songs that we were going to be playing. So today, I just want to go over a few things. Actually, last week was Happy Birthday to Israel if you guys don't know who is, he sang the popular ukulele song, which is Somewhere Over the Rainbow. It was his birthday last week. If you guys look in our song sheets, I think there is a Somewhere Over the Rainbow song sheet that you can learn the song. I'm not going to go over today because it is actually Memorial Day, and our Memorial Weekend. Happy Memorial Weekend to everybody. If you guys are out there, say something. I know there's some people out there. If you guys notice my shirt, I'm going to go in the back. Yeah. Memorial Weekend, if you guys don't know, I used to be in the Air Force, and Memorial Weekend is a time to celebrate, or not celebrate, but remember the military folks that actually sacrifice their lives for our country. And wow, I don't want to talk about it right now, but this shirt is a memorial to one of my buddies that was in the Air Force, passed away this year, serving in Afghanistan, and it's for him, and I have a song for him today, so that's cool. I shouldn't talk about it because it's making me emotional. It's pretty crazy. But anyways, let's see, we have, if you guys want to get ready, today we're going to go over Sea of Love, okay? Sea of Love, it's in the packet. And also, this is my Memorial Day song to all the ones we lost, and that's going to be Glider Man by Kalapana. So if you guys look in the sheets, please go there, print them out, or I will have them on the screen, okay? Also, just some announcements, upcoming events that we have coming on. Let me see what we got. Actually, for those of you, tomorrow, Craig Chi and Sarah, they've been awesome ukulele players and teachers. They have a workshop tomorrow online, so you guys might want to check that out. They've been having a lot of great events online to learn ukulele, so I would highly suggest checking them out, because this is one of the people I like to listen to and learn little tricks and tips about ukulele. So that's one thing that's going out May 24th, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right. Let's see what else is going on. I like to give you guys information about music so you guys can check it out. I saw this on one of my favorite singers is Mike Love, but I guess they're having a One Earth tomorrow also. Actually, was that today? Let me go back. Craig and Sarah. Yeah, that's two. Okay. So, One Earth Live. A lot of good music here. Check that out. Also, let's see. We will go to scene 5. Nope. Scene 6. Nope. We'll go to scene. Here we go. And also next weekend, I know this is not a ukulele thing, but I believe everybody's on their musical journey, and if you want to check out some stuff, we do sell handpans here at Dave's Island Instruments, but we have an East Coast representative that sells handpans for us, but he sells native flutes. And if you guys have seen this guy, his name is Miguel Medina. He personally makes all these awesome flutes. If you guys are into flutes, that's pretty awesome. But what's going to be happening is Dave and Miguel are having a soothe your body and nourish your soul with flute sounds and handpan, or how to play both together. So that might be an interesting thing. We had a sound check the other day, and we were playing together, and I got to play some ukulele with those guys, and it was pretty fun. So definitely check that out. All right, so let's see, what else do we got on the menu? Dave's Island Instruments still is open for curbside pickup. If you guys need some ukulele stuff, actually we should show that right there. You can go to our website. We're only taking orders online, and you can pick up curbside. Definitely you can chat with us or talk with us or whatever. If you guys have any questions, definitely come in. People have been asking me to change strings, things like that, looking for accessories, stuff like that. So definitely, if you guys need anything, let us know. All right. Yeah. All right. We're going to get into some training, and let's see what we got here. All right, we're going to start out with the beginners. This is one of the sheets that you could check in the package. These stars are wonderful. Oh, thank you, Erica. I'm glad you're there. Hey, Nikki, how you doing, Nikki? I see you. Awesome. Here's the first sheet. When I first started, just for those of you that don't know me, I've been playing ukulele for 5 years. Fortunately, I got introduced to Dave's Island Instruments. Through my journey, I was looking for ukulele shops local in the Long Beach area, and happened to find Dave's Island Instruments, and from there, it's kind of a little bit of a long story. It's been 5 years now, but from there, I've been playing ukulele every day. I think that's one of my claims to fame, and I just wanted to share more of the ukulele playing with people. That's my selfish reasons, because I wanted more people to play with. And as I was going through learning how to play ukulele, it was kind of tough to go through by yourself to teach yourself to play ukulele. So I did, but it was a journey just to try to get all that information together. So hopefully, like these Saturdays, is just to get you started, find the good places to get information about ukulele. Like I was telling you before, or showing you before, all the events and the workshops that are happening. I just kind of want to have a place for new and now ukulele players to have the information that they need to excel. And so I came up with this: teach yourself to play ukulele, and it is your musical journey. And I'm going to go over it quick because I want to go over some other things that I do not have on this sheet. So this is your musical journey. History of the ukulele. If you guys don't know, it is a Hawaiian instrument, but it's originally from Portugal. One of the things I always talk about if you're starting new, check out the history of the ukulele, because it has a really cool history, and it's good to find out where these instruments come from, and it has a really, really cool story. If you don't know already, ukulele stands for jumping flea. Uku means head lice or fleas, and lele is jumping. There's there's like basically they really don't know where the name ukulele came from or why they named it ukulele. But there's three stories. One is the Portuguese that brought over the cavaquinho and the machete got off the ships after a long trip to Hawaii and were jumping around, and that's why jumping flea. The other one is, which I think is true, is jumping on your strings. If you see ukulele players, their fingers are jumping all over their strings. So that's hence probably ukulele or jumping flea. But I always like this last story. I like to keep it in. Queen Lily Ukulani said it was an old saying meaning the gift that came here. Uku meaning gift, lele to come. And I like that story because now the ukulele is the modern instrument or state instrument for Hawaii. So, and that's probably why I'm drawn to it, because all my family is from Hawaii. Okay. So beginner tips, like I'm just going to go through this one quickly and then get into what I really wanted to talk about. But first thing is, why ukulele? I think that's a big thing right now, especially if you're beginning, because one of the things that you're going to go through is that as you're practicing, your fingers, the tips of your fingers are going to hurt. Okay? Your hands might get crampy. It's going to take you a while to get transitions from chord to notes to chords, stuff like that. It might be a little bit of a journey or an adventure for you. One thing that I know that keeps people going is if they have a good why on why they want to play ukulele, and that just keeps them going. For me, it was one of the things that was on my bucket list and I wanted to do. I'm sure a lot of people out there have the same thing. They want to play an instrument. One of the big things I wanted to do was sing and play, because I thought that was so cool. I thought it was hard, and I like to do the hard things, and I think those things just make you better. Okay, so have a good why. I've heard a lot of different whys. It was the sound of the ukulele. I want to, like, one of the things I want to be able to play a song for my girl, and now she gets it every morning because I play every morning. Things like that. Just think about what your why is. Get a decent ukulele. You definitely can get a hold of us, and if you guys want to find out more information about, what is a decent ukulele, basically, a decent ukulele is one that you can afford and sounds good. Okay, so those are probably the two things that you want to look at, and one is educating yourself on what is a ukulele, different sizes, things like that, different woods, different makers, things like that. You can always give us a call or a chat or email if you guys want more information on that. Learn how to hold the ukulele. When I first started playing ukulele, it just felt very uncomfortable in my hands, so you want to learn how to hold the ukulele. My big thing, if you're first starting out, I'm just showing you the right-handed method, but you would take your right arm, stick it out in front of you like this, with your hand on top, and then, oops, can you see that? And then you pull it into you, and you should have a pretty comfortable position. If you look right here, this is where my elbow is right here. You're usually holding it at the top like that, and you're kind of like leaving it in that position like that. Your hand should, if you notice right here, see how my arm is straight and it's not tweaked over, or it's not like this. You kind of want to have like that kind of motion, okay? Or that's where you want your arm to be going down, up and down the board like that, okay? So just get comfortable with that. I remember in the beginning, I always tell this story. I used to just walk around the house with my ukulele, not even playing, just holding it in the position, just to to get used to it. So for you guys, yeah, awesome. Let's see. Now we're gonna go down to learn the basics. If you look down there, one of the things is that you can look up is notes versus chords. I'm gonna just do a little quickie. If you put your finger on the 3rd fret here, bottom, that is the C note. That would be one single note. If you notice, I'm just plucking that C note. All right. But if you were to strum it, that would be a chord because you're strumming G, C, E, and now that you're holding that note, you also have a C, so that would be a chord. So a note is a single, and chords are multiple notes. Okay. All right. So, and just remember that. And those, and as I have on the chart there, if you can see, it's the basic notes are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then back to A. There's 8 notes. Then you have the minors, sharps, you know, things like that. I'm not going to go into it right now, but you guys can check that out and look it up. There's plenty of information on that. Ukulele tuning. What we're going to go to here is our ukulele basics. And if you see the other chart, okay, you have your ukulele, right? Boom. That's what it looks. Whoa, I can't get it right. That's what it looks like right now. All right. Now, the top here is your headstock. You have your tuners. These tune your strings. You have your nut. That's right there. Okay. And if you notice, for all you beginners out there, a good thing to know is how your frets are numbered and how your strings are numbered. Okay. First, we're going to look at the frets. From the nut, if you start at the top, this first is called the first fret. Actually, the metal piece is the fret, but you actually put your finger in between, and that would be the first. All right. And if you notice, you number it. It goes down 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Right. And then so forth. 6, 7. And if you guys didn't know what these dots are right here, beep, those are markers for the fret. So that first fret marker would be, anybody tell me? I heard somebody, they said 5. All right, that's 5. This next one would be 7. This next one would be 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 12. Okay. Some are marked differently. You'll see guitars, they'll have it. And then also, if you look on this side, I don't know if you could see that. It has dots. Some of them have dots on the side that have the markers. So you don't have, if it has markers on the side, you don't have to flip your ukulele to see where your fingers are. Okay, I would do that. If it doesn't have markers on the sides, easy to do. You can get nail polish and just mark it. Dook, dook, dook. Or you can get those little sticky things and mark those sides just so you know as you're beginning. All right. Now, going back to the tuning. There we go. Right here. All right. This top. Oh, wait. Let me see if I can get it. This top string right here would be G. Okay. And now, if you see the number it corresponds with, it's G4. So that would be your 4th string. And then the next one would be C3. Okay, that's the 3rd string. All right. E, and then A. Okay. So when you're actually looking at it, the top string is 4, 3, 2, 1. We always, like, a lot of people get that confused. Just make sure you remember that when people are calling out, because what can happen is when you're talking or you're getting instructed, they might say, put your finger on fret 1 and string G, and that would be that top string up there, okay? Or fret 2, string A would be the C note, okay, or string 1, all right? So that's how we say that. And then, of course, this is your neck going all the way down to where it meets the body. And actually, if you notice, this spot right here is the sweet spot to strum. Usually, if you notice where my hand is, it's right in that spot. That's the sweet spot. You can strum anywhere, up and down the ukulele, alright? But this is usually the nicest sound right here. If you do go down lower, you can notice that the sound gets lower as you go down, and then it gets higher, higher, higher as you go up if you were to strum it. Okay, try that, and it's pretty awesome. All right, let's see. You got your sound hole, of course. You have, this is your bridge that holds your saddle, and your nut. Those are adjustable. You can, if you look at your ukulele and you see the distance between the strings, you can actually lower and raise the height of these strings. The benefits to that is the lower the string, it's easier to push it with your finger. The higher it is, it's a little bit harder, but you get a bigger sound. So if it goes lower, your sound goes down, but it's easier to play. If you raise the strings, it gives a bit better sound, but it gets harder to play. Okay, so that's the difference between that. All right, let's go back to, let's see, not that one. Go back to that one. All right, ukulele tuning. So ukulele tuning again is G, C, E, A. All right. Now strumming, I'm not going to get into that, but there's strums that you're going to start out. If you notice, I'm strumming with my thumb. Okay. You can strum with your thumb. It looks like that. You can go down, up if you want to. A lot of people don't realize the ukulele strings can be. You can mess with those. I would suggest feeling the tension on it so you know how to strum it. Okay. But that would be like kind of a thumb strum. If you notice where I place my hand, it's a good place to put it. Everybody's hands and dimensions are different, so the way I play might be different than yours. You might have a longer arm, so you have to adjust. Or you might have shorter arms where you have to adjust to play the ukulele. Okay? Now you have also finger strum. Okay? Usually we've kind of gone over these before, but when you're down strumming, you kind of want to hook your finger like this and have your fingers go down like that, and you want perpendicular. Hopefully, Nikki, you've been practicing that and your finger hasn't been getting caught. And then also the up, so you can go back and forth just like that. If you think you have a weak finger, you can press your finger and use it like that. Okay, it's up to you. It takes a little bit of practice, but I would suggest practicing and getting a good breeze. See how I'm breezing it? But you want to hit all those strings, okay? Alright, boom, boom. Usually a practice that I do for the beginners, is you start with your thumb and you do 4 4s, and you can practice your beats, and it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's a good way just to practice your thumb strum. But do it in a beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, because that'll help you out later on in life, or later on as you're learning. Also with your finger, do the same thing. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that would be like just a way to get your strum down, okay? Just to practice that strum. So practice that way and you should do good. And you can practice up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. With your finger, you can do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So you can practice that, just feeling that strum, feeling those strings, get really used to it, and just get comfortable strumming. I like when you're doing your finger strum, I kind of think of it as if you see my finger, it's like one of those little prize wheel things that click. That's where you want your finger. Just breezing around that. Okay, that's where you want to get your finger to. All right. So after that, once you get your strumming and your plucking practice down, and you're and then plucking is just hitting single notes. Okay, I went over this last time. A good way to figure out which finger to. You have 4 strings, so you can use 4 fingers if you want. Thumb, index or pointer, index gosh, I can't even do this. Thumb, finger, middle, and index. Okay, that could be 1. All right, could be plucks like that. Boom, 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 boom. Or you can do 3 fingers. 1. I do the 3-finger technique. Thumb, thumb, finger, finger, and last middle. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. You can do 2 fingers. 1, 2, 3. Okay. You can do 1 if you want to do it that way. But the more fingers that you can get used to doing that, the easier it's going to be to get all those plucks, or to practice. And if you guys look on my YouTube channel, I do have the plucking practice on there, 15 minutes a day. Check it out. I have my full practice, what I go through. You don't have to copy it. You could just make it your own. Practice what you need to practice to get better. All right. Now, let's see. So plucking, reading music sheets and chord sheets. We're going to get into that because we're going to go over some songs. And a big thing right now for beginner tips, play slowly at first. My question to a new person is, how slowly can you count to 4? And this may sound easy, but it's really hard. I think a lot of us, even if we're patient, we still are impatient. So try it. Just try to count to 4 really slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how hard that is? It's like you want to go, and that's how, like, if you're that's how music is. It's not the notes that you play, it's the space between the notes that actually make the music. So say, for example, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, all you hear is like one sound, or mostly like they all go into each other. But if you go slowly, hit that top string, let it ring till it stops, hit it again, go to the next one, let it ring, go to the next one, let it listen to the sound decay, and then go to the next one. That's what I'm talking about. And then everything you practice, you start slow. And actually, if you go slow, you get faster, which is really crazy, and you'll understand. That just goes with these practices that I do. If you see my hand right now, I just keep practicing those, and my hands and fingers get faster, which is really cool. And then last but not least, just practice, practice, practice. Set a routine or set a time a day that's your time to play ukulele. And practice, you're going to hear from all the teachers. Practice makes perfect. What I notice usually for students is that they practice right before the lesson. And if you're one of those students, quit doing that. You got to practice every day. Every day, keep on strumming ukulele. All right, cool. Now, one of the things I want to talk about is actually, I was looking at information on different styles of playing. Different styles of playing ukulele, stuff like that. Because one of the things is, as we start practicing or we're playing, what are we going for? What are we trying to be? What are you trying to do? Do you just want to play? That kind of goes back to the why. But there's also different styles of playing ukulele, and I think it goes along with a lot of the string instruments. And I looked it up, and this is what I found. The first one that we all learn, and that's basically what I'm kind of teaching you guys right now. The first one is rhythm and strumming. So basically it's just rhythm and strumming. You find the chords that you have, G, C, A minor, F, and you just try to keep a strum in a rhythm. It's just playing the same like riff over and over again, and that's what I would suggest. Like, take some chords that go together or a song and play those chords over and over and over again. That would be rhythm, which with strumming, and then you kind of have like your head bobbing and you're going to a beat. So that would be kind of a rhythm strumming thing. Okay, usually we start out with that. The next one would be finger style. Finger style is playing is more picking with a bass line. So it's kind of like this. I have a practice that I do, is where I go. Wait. Dun. bass line and I'm plucking the melody. That would be kind of like an example of a finger style. So that's like a finger style, and then you can use that with like, that's where you learn all your scales. I think Nikki was saying with the easy scales too. Haha, so funny. And let's see what's next. So that's finger style. You have rhythm and strumming, finger style. Campanella, I don't know how to do that, but that's more of a classical style. And it's basically a lot of finger picking. It's like playing Bach and Beethoven and all that other stuff. If you guys go to the ukulele site, which I should have on here, it's on that sheet. If you go to, I think they have ukulele resources, and then they have song sheets. And if you go in there, they have all these song sheets where you can practice fingerstyle and like campanella style, which all those guys play, and it's pretty amazing. You'll hear all these songs. Like, have you ever heard like Canon in D on a ukulele, which is pretty awesome? Beethoven, like, you know, all these classical songs you can play on the ukulele. Go ahead and watch that and get inspired. Check it out. All right. Another one would be chord melody. And basically that would be, I have a practice for that, and last time when I was doing those practice, C major 7, C7, F, A minor, and then back to C, if you guys see that. But that's usually my practice, but the chord melody would be playing a chord like a C. So I just played the melody on that C scale for that C, and then you go to C major 7. See, I'm playing the chord, and then you can play melody like that. Same thing with the C7. Then you go F, and if you know where the F chord or scale is, it would be like F to here. Okay, and that's a fun thing to learn. Actually, I teach myself that in practice, which is fun. Then there's a claw hammer. I don't know how to do that, but it's just the way, it's actually like guitar. If you see my hand right here, it's like a way to play, like you're going like this and you're plucking underneath. And it's actually a banjo style, and if you guys look at banjo is similar to an ukulele, meaning it is a reentrant instrument. Look that up if you guys don't know what that is. But that would be a style of picking, and they use a claw hammer style like that. Okay, I don't use that much, but that's what it looks like. All right. And then you have, last but not least, another style of playing would be a lead. And leads are like Jake Shimabukuro, where he jams out and solos on like a different thing. If you remember my lessons from last time and you know the scales for C, that'd be kind of like this, playing a C. It's almost like a chord melody, but they just go into the solo. So you would learn how to do that. And if you've seen like guitar solos on rock songs and stuff like that, that would be an actual lead. So out of all those styles of playing, you know, those are kind of like maybe goals that you guys can go for, you know, whether you want to learn how to rhythm and strum, whether you want to learn how to fingerstyle, campanella, you know, things like that. And I think this all goes with the type of music that you actually want to play. So, you know, I just wanted to share that with you because I remember when I was first starting, I was like, what, you know, as a ukulele player, what am I looking to do? And hopefully that helps you. And I think it's just really good information. All right. So, all right, styles of playing. Any questions out there? Actually, I have a question for you guys that are listening. I'll write it. Let's see. I'm going to write this in the chat right now. What are you, let's see, doing to practice your ukulele? I just want to see some practice routines, seeing what you guys are doing, especially now since, a lot of us have time to play. I just kind of want to see what your routines are. If you guys can answer, that'd be kind of cool. That would be my question. I just want to know, just for my knowledge. All right. So let's go into, we'll go to scene 2. And let's check out some songs. First song I want to go over is, I just want to start out with an easy song. And once you get all your basics down, the big thing is that you want to play songs, whether you want to sing or learn how to play that song. You'll get charts like this. Usually in the beginning, this is what happens. And let me get rid of this. And you'll have a sheet just like this. And this one is from, if you see at the top, it says Richard G's Ukulele Songbook. Here, I'll show you it here. Woo, there it is. This is the site, which is really cool. Wait, let me take this out. Ukulele G Songbook, and basically it has thousands and thousands and thousands. Or I don't know about thousands, but it has a lot of songs. So you can go through these and check them out, and they have different keys, things like that. So if you guys ever are looking for a song, this is a good site. I just don't have it on the sheet. I forgot to put this website on there. So if you guys want that, definitely check it out. All right. So go back to this. And, let's see. And where's my song? What song we're going? Sea of Love. All right, Sea of Love. And the cool thing about this, as I'm looking up songs to play, the fun part of it is looking up the history of where the song actually comes from, because a lot of these songs aren't originally from what you heard, and you can go into it. And actually, Sea of Love, Phil Phillips. I don't know who Phil Phillips is, but I know the song. It's kind of crazy. I know this comes. I don't know. If you guys know if this is the original writer of the song, let me know. But the song is really cool. So let's start out. And this is what, for the beginners, if you're starting out a song, I like to do what is called the one-hit wonder. If you don't know the song, first thing I do is listen to it. The actual song, or the song that I want to play it like, because there's probably different styles of the way the Sea of Love comes out, okay? And then I look at the chords, all right? And if you notice the sheet, it has the chord chart on the bottom. I haven't showed you that, but in your starter packages, you do have a chord chart. But most of the songs that I write out will have, just like at the bottom here, Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, just at the bottom here, they'll have chord charts like that. And for the beginners over there, what that represents, if you look at that first one with the G, okay, it represents the top 5, or the 5 frets, the first 5 frets, okay? Now, if you look at the G, it's telling you to start at the 2nd fret, and those black dots is where you put your fingers. So, if you look at it, whoa, oh shoot, don't hit the mic. Okay, if you look at it, you can see it. That first finger, I use my, right on the A string, I use my middle finger. You put your middle finger on the A string, and then same fret, you would put your pointer finger on the C string on the 2nd fret, and then this finger right here, the index, will go on the 3rd fret and your fingers would make an arrow. Hopefully you can see that. That's what that looks like. That would be a G. So that's how you would look at those chord charts, and it's just a guide to show you where to put your fingers. B7, if you see that B7, that's actually, you could do it, that's a staircase. So it'd be right here, here, here. There's another way to do B7. I bar the 2nd fret, and then you can do it, put your finger on the 3rd fret, like that. That's the B7 that I use. Or you can use that B7, which is different. If you notice, but I would use that one. If you can't bar, use the other one, the stair step, or do the bar. If you can do that, that would be the regular B7. Alright? And I look at all these chords and I try them, like C, I'll try C, and then if you look at the A, boom, and it's right there. And one of the hard ones, which is D, that's a good one to practice. I use the 2-finger technique on that one. Some people use 3 fingers, if you could see that. Oh God, I can't see that. 3 fingers. I use 2. Or you can use 1 if you mash it like that. 2 works for me. Alright, so you have G, B7, try that, C, A, and then D. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's see. Nikki's answering my question. I warm up with that pick practice you teach. Wait here, I'll show you this. See if I can bring that. Let's see. I warm up with the pick practice you teach across the strings, 4 frets. Then I practice do, re, mi, scale down the neck. Nice. I can get the 7th fret now. Then I'm just on to songs. Good job, Nikki. I love it, man. Nikki's gonna be rocking soon, or she already does, but she's gonna even be better. Erica, let's see what Erica says. I was just gifted with a beautiful ukulele last week. 2 days is the first time pulling it out. Been playing flute and piccolo for over 30 years. Cool. You should check out the class next week, the flute. Going to read over the material provided and so on. All right, cool. Sweet. Well, this gives you a good start there, Erica. It's getting the chords, having my fingers, and let's see. Hey, Laugh Out Loud can read the music, no problem. I'm just getting to the chords learned in my head and playing my fingers to do something totally different will be the challenge. Yes, it will be a challenge, Erica. Just keep on practicing. Just keep on practicing. That's all I gotta say. You gotta get those fingers. If you think you're going to learn something and then you're not going to do it again, well, you're learning it to do it consistently. So that's what you have to do, is be able to do, just keep on doing it. Okay, so going back to the Sea of Love, now you have the G, the B7, C, A, and D. Those are going to be the chords, okay? Now, if you notice in the intro in the beginning, I don't like to do this intro. I don't know why they wrote it this way, because they didn't. If you see at the top, it goes G, B7, C, A, G, C, G. Now, if you look at the first verse, come with me, my love, to the sea of love, it goes G, B7, C, A, G, then A, then G, then C, then G. So, there's one, like if you notice at the end, there's I want to tell you, and then A. That's not in the intro. So what I do, if a song doesn't have an intro, you can play the first verse, usually, just as an instrumental. And so for this intro, since it doesn't match the first verse, I just play the first verse. So the first verse would be G, and then B7, and then C, and then A, and then G, Some people ask me, like, how do you know what the strumming pattern is? Actually, I don't teach strumming patterns. One of the things I believe is that music comes from you. And normally, once you start learning your strums, you'll strum to your own beat, which is kind of crazy. There are strum patterns like up, down, up, down. It's just, for me, I get confused trying to think of that. Up, down, up, down. You can use them if it works for you, but I just don't like to teach it because I want people to bring out the music that they have in themselves or their own rhythm in the beat. Okay? So how do you learn the song without a beat? Okay? First, I do what is called the one-hit wonder. Now, after I listen to the song, I already kind of know, come with me, my love. So I will sing the first verse. And what I do is the one-hit wonder. So if you look at the first chord, it's G, right? So that's G. Okay, so when I start the song, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Come with me. That's one hit. My love. So I can hear the tone. To the C. So I'm on C. And then hit A. The C of love. And then G. I wanna tell you how much I love you. And then C and G. And then that's where you get the beat from. You don't even have to sing the song. Usually when I do it, I'll just sing it in a dry voice because I want my voice to come out, or just a regular voice. So come with me. Okay, so I'll hit G. Come with me, my love, to the C of love. So now you have the beat. G, I want to tell you how much I love you. C and G. So now I got the beat kind of in my head. So then I start maybe like with a 4 strum. 1, 2, 3, 4 G, and then B7. 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. And then A, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. And now you kind of have a base of how the song goes. All right, and then from there, I usually practice all those the verses or the chorus, unless it has a bridge. But if you notice, this the chord progression is the G, B7, C, A, G, A, G, C, G, and then it goes again. So you do that over again, and then the bridge would be D, come with me, to the C of love. So let's practice that one real quick. So after you come off, I want to tell you how much I love you, and then C, and then G, and then you get into the bridge. Come, that's D. Seven, love. And then you hold it, and then when you feel it's good, then G. Do you remember when we met? Okay, so that's how that bridge goes. I like to play it a little bit faster. The song is a little bit slow, but that's how I would break down a song. After that, I would sing it slow. Actually, actually. Try it with me. Just try this first chorus. I'm on G right now. And then switch, B7. C. From the top again. G, B7, C, C, A, G, A, G, C, G. Okay, speed up a little bit. Love you guys. You're awesome. Thanks for watching. So that is how I break down a song. And this is a good song. It's in your packet. Check it out, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. All right. See if you guys are awake every day. I heard somebody say it. Keep on strumming ukulele. All right. Now we are towards the end, and I want to do one more song for you guys. This is my Memorial Day song. Hopefully I can get through this without crying. I just won't think of why we're singing this. And if you guys don't know this group, great group, Naturally, or Kalapana, and it's called Naturally. Actually, one of my students, my personal students, brought this to my attention. So if you guys ever get lessons, I like to learn new songs. So this was a really good song to learn. And this one's pretty easy if you see it. The only one chord, which is everybody's bane, is probably that D. D. I'm to show you how I do it and see if you can see it. I use a 2-finger technique, so I kind of like, my hand looks like that, heavy metal, and then I mash all the top 3 strings in the 2nd fret. That's a D. And I don't know if you can see this. And it looks like that. That's how I do a D. So usually my top finger is on that first right here, or that string, that top finger, that middle, and then the other finger matches the other 2, so it's like that. It's hard to see. Okay, that would be the D. That's probably the hardest chord out of there. G you get used to. If you look at the G minor 7, it's like a D on the lower, on the lower side right there. A minor 7, if you ever wondered what the chord is if you strum all the strings, it's A minor 7 or A C6. You'll learn about that too. And I'm trying to see, everything else should be pretty much, oh, the C minor is a D shape on the lower, on the 3rd fret. Okay. And I'm just going to play this through. You guys can play along. It is in the key of G. If you guys know your scale for G, I'll show you where it is. It's right here. If you bar the 7th and you put your pinky the 4th over, it would end up this pinky right here, or this, the 10th fret is your G, and if you bar the 7th, that's just a high G. And that scale, your major scale for G is right there. That would be the scale. So if you know anything about soloing, you can solo in that section. Okay, there won't be any solos on this, but I'm just giving you guys that tip. All right. If you guys have any questions, please put them down. We're going to be ending here pretty soon, and I'll answer any questions that you guys have, or any concerns, or anything like that. But let's do this naturally. These are for all those fallen heroes. Let me see. I can't say his name. Lieutenant Colonel Paul Voss is for you. We're going to just start out with the verse. It kind of goes like this, if you guys never heard this song. Glide a man over land and he's soaring. It would just be a G to a C. G. And then C. Just kind of like in that beat. G. Try that. right, thanks, guys. Awesome. That's a pretty emotional song right now. So, yeah, that's a great song. Naturally by Kalapanya. Happy Memorial Day. Lieutenant Colonel Paul Voss. So, do you guys have any questions? Anything going on? If not, I'm waiting. Thank you for joining me on this Saturday. This is going to continue to go on, I don't know, for however long we are still on this quarantine, and I think we'll just keep on doing this because I think it's a little bit easier to do live, and you guys can hang out at your house and stuff like that. So I'm excited. Hopefully you guys got some good tips today about playing ukulele. This next Wednesday is our ukulele social, so for those of you guys that got those songs, we have an ukulele social where we just jam these songs and kind of talk about ukulele stuff. And, if you don't know what kana kapila is, it's just a Hawaiian jam where we get together, hang out, ask questions, and, just gather and have fun with the ukulele. So this Wednesday at 6:30, just make sure you check our events calendar for the link. It will be a Zoom call, and we're going to have some fun. So, thank you guys for joining me again. This is Dave's Island Instruments Ukulele Workshop. I plan on continuing this for a long time, and every day, keep on strumming ukulele. I'm excited. Happy Saturday. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of your day. See you guys.